Well, infertility is a bigger problem than many people realize. According to infertility specialists, 10% of people of reproductive age are infertile.
Yet only 5% of those couples actually need in vitro fertilization. And medical reporter Christy Myers is here with the latest on the technological changes that are making actually IVF more effective.
And it's very interesting. They're very simple changes. Actually, Tom, they involve a new way of feeding embryos to make them grow in the petri dish better. And there's a new embryo glue to make them more likely to implant and lead to a viable pregnancy. The doctor in Houston who is using these new IVF techniques is someone who personally knows how tough infertility is on a couple.
You've got the embryos right in this catheter right here.
Giving couples hope for a baby, couples who had given up.
And now on the countdown, it will inject. 3, 2, 1. Did you see that?
The white dots are the 2 embryos he's implanting. In his Houston IVF lab, he uses a special fluid developed in Colorado.
We grow the embryos in one type of fluid from days 1 to 3, and then we switch it to a second type of media from days 3 to 6. And with that switch, we're mimicking exactly what's happening in the body.
He also uses a so-called embryo glue to help the embryos implant,
leading to the embryos sticking better and have a higher success rate.
So far, his new clinic has had a good success rate in getting women pregnant.
For those less than 35, we're going to have about a 70% take-home baby rate.
But he's motivated by more than numbers.
We hope.
Tim Hickman knows personally what it's like for a couple to have an infertility problem.
We named her Abigail Rose, and only God in heaven knows how long we prayed for her.
Lisa Hickman wrote a song about the birth of their 11-year-old daughter, Abby, a child they thought they would never have.
I remember just feeling so, just such a loss. I mean, you know, looking back at the time, I didn't know if I was ever going to be a mother.
And on that cat, there is a mouse, a slumber.
Lisa and Tim Hickman now have 4 children, but it took many medications for Lisa's polycystic ovary disease and 5 years of living in limbo.
It helps cement my decision that this is exactly what I want to do. I want to be able to help other couples have children and create families, and I just think it's the best thing in the world to do.
So 2 years ago, Hickman joined Houston IVF, and his success rate for pregnancies from in vitro fertilization is double the national average.
So the baby's heartbeat is 156 beats per minute, so that's perfect.
I think he sees me, you know, in all those women. I think he does from that experience.
Dr. Hickman is proud of his kids, but also his clinic's pregnancy success rate. That's the Houston IVF clinic at Herman Memorial City Hospital. Now, his clinic success rate and the infertility clinics all across the country are actually listed on a government website. We have linked our website, ABC13.com, to that CDC site, so you can check the pregnancy success rate numbers of different IVF clinics. And Dr. Hickman says if you need infertility help, always look for a board-certified reproductive endocrinologist.
So you can go and check and compare all the time.
That's right, and he's got a very high rate. They're very proud of the fact that most of the couples who go through this actually end up with a viable pregnancy, and that's been the discouraging part. And it's nice to get the pregnancy the first or second time instead of doing it over and over.
Worked for him.
Yeah, certainly did.